What's up, Internet? It's Dylan Alexander. Thanks for checking me out. This topic is important, I think, for most people in the world today with the price of everything going sky high and the concept of shrinkflation, where you basically have companies selling the same items they used to sell, but they give you less for the same price or more. Right? They're charging more for less. It's amazing. So the concept of today is it's important to know how to do a lot with less. You should know how to make things stretch out here. It's a skill that's underrated, and it's more so a skill you have to kind of learn on your own, or maybe you learned it growing up if you grew up not so well off. Very underrated skill, and it's especially important to know how to use this skill if you don't have a family, you don't have any kids, you don't have a spouse or a significant other. It makes it easier to do a lot with less. So I recommend, man, if you're not rich, you're not balling, to go ahead and get better at making things stretch, knowing how to do a lot with a little. Because honestly, what I'm seeing, man, in this economy, I don't think things are getting any better. And in fact, I'm in my early 30s. And I remember growing up hearing on the news and just looking out in society and seeing people always talking about, oh, the economy's bad, the economy's bad. And I don't remember a time where the economy wasn't bad, honestly, except for maybe the early or the 90s. Maybe that was like the last prosperous time in America. But since then, it's really been like always a thing where just the economy's bad. It's tough out here. Unless you just lucked up on a good job, it's tough. But even today, though, man, since 2020, it's been 5 years since then, man, and it's gotten tremendously bad. I'm talking about even people with good jobs are not really doing that well. The statistics are outrageous. I mean, there's people that make six figures plus living paycheck to paycheck. You hear that all the time. And, well, that is a matter of just overspending and, having a lack of discipline when it comes to your lifestyle, right? So that's a whole nother story. But in general, man, most people are struggling out here, and it's gonna get worse, honestly. From what I'm seeing, it's gonna get worse, man, until maybe we have universal basic income, that concept, which is not coming anytime soon. So until then, prepare to get squeezed out. Okay? And this is why it's important to have investments, to have your money working for you, to start buying really important assets like gold, silver, stocks, Bitcoin, crypto, if you're into that. Whatever you're into, buying something low and holding it to hopefully have it increase in value. Real estate, if you got it like that. But if you're not in the field or you're not comfortable with assets right now, you just want to survive, I understand, man. I'm kind of right there with you. I'm doing okay out here, but I'm also kind of on the edge. I'm kind of close to the edge, man. I'm personally getting ready to possibly have to downgrade my lifestyle. I'm actually considering moving in, getting a roommate to just save on rent, cut my rent by a third, because it's not making any sense. The math isn't making sense. I'm over here taking chances and I'm fumbling bags. I'm doing good here, and then the next day I'm fumbling it, And if I keep up this rate, it wouldn't make sense to just keep living here and paying this crazy amount of rent. My rent's way too high. Okay, I could afford it way easily a couple years ago, no problem. But yeah, I've been taking chances trying to come up out here, and it's not working out as well as I'd like. So me personally, I'm looking to do that to save and just to feel more comfortable, man, and actually stack up some assets and everything. But it's very humbling, man, to have to downgrade your lifestyle. But in all actuality, it doesn't really matter because only I really know like where I live, you know what I mean? Like nobody cares where you're living. Everybody's in their own world, so it's really not that bad. It just might be a little less comfortable. You know, I have a little less space and a little less privacy, but you know, ultimately I'll be saving a lot of money and I'll actually be comfortable in that regard. So it just makes sense, right? And sometimes as a man, you got to make those kind of decisions. But it's important though, man, to know how to just make it work with little, because there's not a lot out here for us to have if you're not balling, man. I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. And you know, fortunately for me, man, I've been broke as a joke for years before I came up. Right, my early 20s, late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, I was like down bad. And then eventually I was like, all right, let me figure this out. So, you know, and then I upgraded my lifestyle because I'm like, all right, I can afford to do that. And then I kind of jumped my lifestyle up and it was cool. But then it was just like, you know, it's too close to the edge and you don't have enough room to kind of start saving money, which is very important. To save money is going to help you be able to accumulate enough money to buy assets and to be more defensive and look after your older self, right? When it comes to eating, food, you know, going out to eat, that is a major spender. You know, you got to learn how to, you know, eat better foods, eat cheaper, you know, go into the grocery store knowing how to shop correctly. Like I suggest many times going on a mostly fruit diet, eating mostly fruit, which is actually tremendously healthy. You know, salads and stuff, very healthy for you, a lot cheaper. And, you know, it's not very fun. You know, eating fruit is not the most fun thing in the world. I mean, fruit is good, but, you know, if you're not used to it, it doesn't really fill you up like you're used to. But I'm telling you, man, it really does save a lot of money. And it actually is very healthy for you. You're going to lose weight, too, but it's not really like muscle weight or like weight that you think you need. It's waste, right? It's a lot of waste. So keep that in mind. You know, it's something to think about. Cook your own meals. You know what I'm saying? Keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? When I started cooking my meals a few years ago, and I noticed a big difference in how much I was saving, because I was the type to always go out to fast food joints and restaurants constantly, every night, every day. And that is expensive when you really look at it. It's just them little 5s and 7s and $10, $15 purchases add up. So I definitely recommend that. And it's unhealthy as a mug, man. If you're maybe if you're in your 20s, you can get away with that. But once you hit about 30 plus, you're going to notice like eating that stuff, it really adds up and it starts to affect you in the worst way. All these processed oils that are not natural, you know, the heavy salts and everything else. It's terrible stuff, man. So you definitely want to learn how to cut back on that. And yeah, you just got to really re-strategize. And look, if you've been broke before, this is nothing new to you. It's actually something that maybe you can pull back from your repertoire of experiences in your life, so that, hey, you might find yourself falling back on hard times. And you know what? I've been here before. I got a joke about it, man. Like being broke, it sucks, but it's like, hey, if you become broke again after you've made it, it's like, hey, I've been here before. It's not that bad. I can make it stretch. Like, I don't have $0, so, we can make it work. But it's part of life, and money is not everything. It is important. It's like one of the most important things out here. Like, don't get me wrong. It's the reason we all spend so much time working, but, life still has to go on. We still have to enjoy it. We still have to be happy regardless of what the bank account looks like. It's just a matter of adjusting. It's all about adjustments, man. And because life is never the same. It's never constant. It's always fluctuating. It's always ups and downs. And it's important to know how to do a lot with less. It's a very important skill. And it keeps you humble, man. It keeps you able to relate to the masses of people out here in the world who are doing way worse than you. If you think you're down bad, there's somebody out here making a quarter, a tenth of what you're making a month or a week or whatever. And they'd kill to earn your little wages. They'd kill for that, even if your expenses are high and your cost of living is out of control. Right? So it's all about perspective, man. Life, it helps when you put things in perspective. It prevents you from, getting down, man, and feeling so bad about your situation. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And just know, man, it's okay to downgrade. Who cares? Who's paying attention? Nobody cares what car you drive, what your apartment looks like. None of that stuff matters, man. What matters is, are you comfortable? Are you have a roof over your head? Are you able to feed yourself and your family? That's number one, man. There's people out here that still live in jungles and stuff. And they come out to the city sometimes to gather up some food and they bring it back. There's people that are homeless out here that are living in tents under bridges and stuff. Like in my city, there's plenty of that. And I don't ever judge them, man, because I know it gets like that sometimes. Granted, I don't want to be, there's a lot of stigmas with that, people on drugs and stuff. And that's not a way to be either, but if you're just like, man, I got to take a break from the system and you're saving on rent. Hey, man, they saving on rent as far as I'm concerned. I damn near would do it too. Go straight up homeless if I didn't need a refrigerator. I need a refrigerator though, man. I need to put my fruits and stuff in there. That's really one of the few things that holds me back, And also no AC. I need AC, man. I need some AC. It's too hot down here in the South. So I can't just jump out there especially in the middle of the summer. That's a no-go. Maybe in the winter I could bundle up a little bit, but that's a whole nother topic. Shout out to the homeless folks. If y'all watching, they still got cell phones and paying phone bills and everything. But sometimes I do envy them in a way. But I say all that to say, man, it's all right, man. Do a lot with less. Learn it. It's a great skill. And hell, I might even be doing it. This might be my last month paying rent here. I might be going with some roommates here next month, man. I'm not trying to pay this big bill anymore. So unless I really come up here soon. So anyways, much love to you guys, man. It's going to be fine, man. And, use your heads. Just be smart. Be strategic. Because this world wants all of us to own nothing and be happy. The people, the BlackRock and all these big corporations are buying up all the houses. And it's looking very dystopian like. So I'm wishing y'all the best, man. 2025 and beyond. By 2030, who knows where we'll be. But keep chugging along, man. Keep your head up, have faith, and just do the most with what you got. You have God on your side. Hey, that's winning right there. You're alive. You're not dead, and you're not in jail. That's a win as far as I'm concerned. All right. So I hope this helps, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit a like if you like the video. And subscribe, man, and check out more of my content, man. I got more on the way. I appreciate y'all, man. Holla at y'all on the next one. Peace.